Wah, wah.
I'll allow it. So, would you keep Gilwyn and Tsunuma abreast of the situation while you're going out hunting?
Yeah, right. Of course, Vale would come back and brag to them.
Like they're
Just
not
wondering-
far, right? It's
You-
not.
Yeah.
too-
Yeah, you can come back and talk. I imagine you'd go back most of the time. I was just wondering if, you wanted to talk. Don't have to.
Definitely
Sometimes you
would.
do.
Like, he'd be like, you should have seen the thing I murdered the other day. Oh my god. It
You're
was
just behind him, like.
like
Yeah.
I sliced it from like its belly button to its other belly button. Yeah, it was that big. Yeah, Indira, like her little hammer just bounced off it. She needed something sharp. Luckily, I am sharp, and I carry a sharp weapon, so I knew what to do.
Yep, Vale was definitely. He did it all.
You killed. What was it you killed? Was it?
We've killed lots of different things, actually.
Well, the thing that you sliced from belly button to belly button.
Oh yeah,
Big ass monster.
I don't really know what it was called. They said something, but I was busy.
Slicing it.
Yeah, slicing. It tasted good, actually.
Mm.
We ate it.
Are there any taverns nearby?
Was that to me?
Yes.
No, right? This is the closest civilization. It's like this little camp.
Although
Although it would, if you would ask Tanuma, is like, it's very possible that there's like gnomes somewhere because gnomish enclaves are hidden.
We're
So
gonna
it's very possible there could be a gnomish tavern or gnomish enclave that has alcohol somewhere. In a very inventory way, it was like, well, technically, maybe. So no. And Tanuma wouldn't have much alcohol left here. So it's really the moonshine from the mushroom elves is all you're getting.
I mean, if it's alcohol you're after, Indira, we are in a rather large laboratory.
I also have some of this, and it's like probably now a quarter bottle of Forex whiskey.
Ooh, yeah.
You still have some of that shit whiskey?
Yep.
I'll drink some of that shit.
I special occasions only, Indira. Sorry.
Oh.
You see Tanuma sitting in like her nook of this room, reading a smutty book. Pulls the book down when you talk about using the brewing equipment here for alcohol, and then just back. And then you're like, no, and so she's looking again. She's just keeping an eye.
You say.
What?
Oh.
Do you think you could distill us up some alcohol?
Technically, yes. But I didn't train in the arts of magic and science for 400 years to make moonshine.
Yeah, so you wouldn't make moonshine. You'd make like wine or whiskey. Probably not whiskey because it requires an amount of time. But my point is, it would be superior.
If there's a magical way to make alcohol out of nothing, I don't know how to do it.
I feel like that's an Easter egg. Because there is. No,
There is also did this part? No, the other party met the gnomes. You have met the gnomes, Vale and Ian, Pontiff and Tifpon, who have the brewing shop.
And they're traveling.
Traveling alcohol shop.
Which party was the bucket wine? I swear it was this party.
It was
I
Cal.
think bucket wine is everywhere now.
Okay, fair,
yeah.
yeah.
But yes, it was Regent's Blade who met them, I think. Yeah.
I also, actually, I just realised, and I go into the bag of holding, and I pull out the nice. I've got it written down here as nice wine. I have one.
Nice
wine.
Nice wine.
Very mean way.
It's nice.
It's nice. It's
Nice
that.
wine. Oh, awfully nice.
I'll give Indira the bottle, as well as the Forak whiskey, and say, "Yeah, you can have a sip. He's right. It's for special occasions, but Forak was an undead, gross, ghoulish dwarf, and we're kind of making somebody not dead anymore. Kind of, there's connections there.
Yeah, okay, I get it right. A small sip each, then, I guess. He'd have liked it, you know. Bringing someone back to life. Not in the bad way like him. oh God, can you imagine? What if Serena comes back like that and she like has to sew on her arm every day?
Oof. So I want a tail every day.
Oh, and like a rotting fish. Oh. We
Are
had
you trying to say that you had a companion who was undead?
I'm not trying to say that. That's what I am saying that.
Yeah, no, he didn't like to be called undead. What was it he went by? Deadless.
Well, that's just gibberish.
Well, that's what they call themselves, actually, Tanuma.
What's a technical term?
If you disagree with me calling them mushroom elves, because that's not what they like to be called.
If we point out every time I disagree with you, we're going to have very long conversations every time.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
He's used to long conversations.
Not with women.
That's true.
Ow! Jesus!
She just sits back, reading her book.
She got a +5 in.
Indira would catch her eyeline and pull the smutty book that she stole from this lab out of her pocket and show it to her and be like, yeah, me too, me too.
There'll definitely be a little book
take a
club.
sip of the whiskey and pass it over to Vale.
The whiskey is the worst whiskey you've ever tasted.
I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Indira would get it.
Hope you're doing well up or down there, buddy. We come a long way since then. Reminds me of him.
Bitter, disgusting, smelly, and just bad. Yeah.
But somehow you want a bit more.
Yeah.
He turned over.
Sweet. Both Doxy and Indira say that.
I won't have any. I'll put the cork back in.
Have some.
No, because I don't want... Once the bottle's empty, it's like another part of him's gone.
Well, now you make me feel guilty for having some.
Fine.
Well, vomit it up then. No, I have to do that.
It's like an eyebrow raised as you say that, and then you're like,
No one's vomiting in my laboratory. You already ruined it once.
Yeah, only a little though. Those other guys did worse, right?
She just leaves the conversation again.
Tanuma has left the channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Tanuma, what's
She
with
just
the porn?
comes into shitpost. Will you just ask her what's with the porn?
Yeah.
Vale goes red. Well, he doesn't go red because Vale doesn't go red. He goes like dark gold.
That is an
Here it goes
gross
over. That's so cute.
oversimplification. This is art.
Porn can be art.
Is
Okay,
hers from the same series that mine is?
Seemingly, this is by the same author.
I'd be like, there's much more to it than that. There's politics and intrigue and double crossing.
Exactly. Yes, yes. It's a story that also happens to have very detailed sex between two and sometimes more women. And that's honestly what life needs sometimes. When you live alone and your sisters are dead or left.
Vale goes like, he's like, when she's like, one or two or more women, and he's like, he turns like a darker shade of like, he's going a little bit bronze now.
He's going, he's approaching. He's approaching very lewd. Eventually the nosebleed starts.
Not scientific.
Yeah. Tanuma does the old I make myself sad and just gets a little quiet again.
At which point Indira would start looking around for goblets.
You'd find them. You've made this place pretty comfortable. Pretty, a bit of a home. Well, because you're here for a long time.
And
After
I
she,
would pour 4 glasses and bring one over to Tanuma.
I think when Tanuma said that horribly sad thing, I think Vale would be like, look at Gil and like motion for the whiskey bottle.
No.
She brought back our friend. Look, if Serena was here, she'd drink some, but right now she's underage. Think of it as her share.
Gillen actually laughs at that quite a lot. Okay, alright. Tanuma, would you like some of this delicious whiskey?
I'm not really a whiskey girl. But it is
It's-
from the surface, which...
Oh, it's the worst we have up there.
Yeah, this
she'll
is-
walk over.
There you go.
She would try it and immediately pale a bit. And hand it back quite hurriedly. Like, that
Yeah.
is...
It's an abomination, isn't it?
You're looking for poison. You already have some right there.
Indira presses the goblet into her hand and is
Yeah,
like,
she
sidebar.
washes it out with like proper wine. It's like, I appreciate you treating me like one of your party.
You are one of our party right now.
Yeah, you've done a lot for us. Without any expectation of anything in return. Someone might say you are a friend.
I suppose someone might say that.
Not Gilwyn, though. He's jaded. Look at him. He like ruffles Gil's hair.
She will go aside with Indira and just start talking about books. For the evening.
So, Vale, do you think... Look, my beard, imagine this, but good. That's what it's like. What do you
Yeah,
think?
because Gilwyn's had like, the picture of Gilwyn on stream is like 3 years old. Like, it's old. In universe as well. He's
Yeah.
had like kind of like a 5 o'clock shadow for a bit.
Mhm.
Now he's got a little scratchy.
What do you think, Vale? More?
Well,
Come on. I can take it.
What's it like having like facial hair?
It's like having hair on your head, only it's on your face.
For a bard, you are incredibly bad at describing things.
Well, what do you want me to... you have hair on your face. How can I describe that?
Well, you could describe it to me. It's like what would you have said if the other day I was like, what's it like to dream? Luckily, now I know. Thank you, Daimyo.
Beards are the best thing in the entire world. I'm so glad I
Seriously?
can grow one, because if I was unable to grow a beard properly, I think I would be in a much worse emotional state. I'm very glad that none of my friends mock me with my inability to grow a proper beard. It makes me feel good.
Oh, this is
Don't
what I
anybody
wanted from
say
this
D&D is
conversation.
not therapy.
I'm going to cast Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation, and try and like emulate or simulate, I suppose, like a beard scratch on Vale's face.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like that all day.
I see. That seems so annoying.
Get
Why
used
would
to
you?
it.
Why would you have this?
Get used to it.
I'm so glad that I. Oh,
Wait,
I mean, feel my face. It's smooth. Feel it. Come on. It's like a golden satin. No?
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah. Right.
mm.
A little bit too much emphasis on the.
Ollie, do I just now realise that all of the Sun Elves have no beards?
You realise that no male elves you've ever seen have beards.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Vale.
and by extension, female elves as well.
I was I was today years old when I realised you guys don't grow beards.
What? I mean, but
Just now dawned on me.
I mean, like, I suppose that's reasonable for a human like you who really would not be focused on aesthetics or how someone looks because they don't ever write songs or stories about that person. So why would you need to care about what people look like? That's entirely irrelevant to what you do. Unless you just make it all up.
We make a fair
Here's the
amount.
conversation.
Yeah, I like you're like off.
They'll definitely
You're-
raise it.
I imagine your back's a face to them, but like you're definitely like.
Kira
Just-
wouldn't face them and be like, if they look like you, it's worth noting.
Who
And
was
then
that?
just go back to talking.
Who was that to? Vale.
Mhm.
I
And
like,
Tanuma says it's also no real body hair at all for all of Elvenkind. I was quite disgusted when I discovered that other races have the. It's all over the
They
place.
like turns to. He's like, what? Body hair?
It's like bramble thorns in very uncomfortable places. It would restrict movement, surely.
Kira crosses her legs.
They're like turns to look at Gil and he's like, you have. Where is this?
No.
Can I see the?
yeah, and I like expose my armpit hair, I guess.
Oh my
I think
god!
we've discussed as well that Gilwyn is he's pretty hairy.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a monkey. Wow.
Yep, it's pretty
Wow.
cool.
Look again. Golden satin.
You
This
are.
is weird.
Yeah.
You
Can
know.
I put my armpit away now?
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks though. That's cool. I guess. Like I guess you can.
I cast sending to Vale and say, Indira just complimented you, you idiot.
That's what, third level spell slot, fourth level spell slot.
Bad.
For wing manning.
That's fine.
Yeah, I know. It's just fun.
Yeah. His reply would be like, "Yeah. Come to think of it, she did suggest we should go to a tent together the other night.
What? That was out loud.
Like, but it was like open walled tent, you know? It was weird.
Exhibitionist.
What is that?
Just ask her.
Should I?
Yeah.
Now?
Yes.
Is it like a good conversation starter?
Well, okay, work it in. Go over
Okay.
there and maybe inquire about the book she's reading.
Okay,
If there are any pictures.
I got this. El like saunters over with his goblet. He takes an indirect route, but there's nowhere else in the room. Like there's no way he could possibly be going, but he's like does an S.
Checks the readings on. Yep, it's all. Yep,
Like something, yeah.
it all seems to be in working order.
So, ladies, what's your book like? I'm interested in this politics business.
That's Tanuma. They're a very genuine sigh.
Well, 2 kingdoms in trouble, 2 princesses in love. Shouldn't be in love.
Yeah,
Families
there's also a knight involved. It's a bit of a triangle and
Oh, cool. I like knights, actually.
I like this one.
Is there a picture of the knight?
the picture is in words.
At that, Indira would find the page with the description of the
Description
knight
of
and
it,
read out. Yeah.
It's like, and it's definitely like the first time the princess sees her is like as she's coming out of a stream and bathing, right? It's definitely one of those very flowery descriptions of text, and this is written by elves as well, so it's
size warm.
it's even more poetic and.
They're like like it's getting to like a bit too fruity for him, and he's like, "So you were a exhibitionist, Indira?"
What?
Tanuma just twists and leaves the conversation.
Gilwyn said I should ask you.
I raise my
Gilwyn?
glass.
Yeah, like the thing with the tents. He said like maybe you're like an exhibitionist. I'm not really familiar with this common word.
Maybe, and she looks over at Gillen, maybe I'm just desperate for some form of affection.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Snap, pop, gone.
I like rub myself as I turn invisible.
Do you know, I feel that you wouldn't have asked that question.
Do I know what?
What an exhibitionist was.
No. He
Alright,
said
let's
it.
think of the root word here. Veil.
This isn't my first language.
Can I sneak up behind Veil, please?
Like common
You
really
can give me a
doesn't.
stealth roll with advantage, Gillen.
Common really doesn't make much sense, you know. Oh, what's my pass? Oh,
That
my
might
passive
actually
perception is
be your-
19.
Yeah, I was gonna say this has happened before as well. You can tell. You
I'm
can
gonna
tell
look
invisible.
back, please.
Oh! Remember, you only reroll one dice.
Oh yes, thank you. Thank
Yes, this happened last time.
Oh.
Oi!
Right, so I'm behind Veil now.
Well, to exhibit something is to display it.
Okay.
Now work that into a kinky fashion.
Kink.
Oh, honey.
I was given lessons on common in a temple.
Okay. I didn't have kids. I never thought I'd have to do a birds and the bees thing, but I guess have a seat, Vale. Let's do this. I've had just enough wine. I know everything.
I don't think. I just want to know what, whether you're a. He like sits down for a side.
Am I an exhibitionist? No, not necessarily. Am I opposed to an audience? No, not necessarily.
Right. Yeah. Well, everyone loves to perform.
No, I don't think it's. Well, in some terms, it.
Vale.
I feel there is something that is going over my head.
It's
Sex.
Vale. What
An
lovers do?
exhibitionist
You would want to be watched.
want to be seen or risk being seen when they make love.
I wouldn't want to be seen necessarily.
But it is between.
Not against it.
There's a whole scene in book 3 where the princess and the knight they're in the court is just on the other side of a curtain and the risk of being found out, it increases the thrill. I think you'll find.
I think
Indira turns to the page.
I think I've heard enough. I'm going to go and finish my wine. Thank you for the lesson. He reaches out, takes the book, and walks off.
No, you want the first one.
385.
No, I'm learning.
I want to follow Vale as he goes to read it in private.
There's like maybe 10 minutes past before Tanuma says, I know what it's like to be lacking some comfort.
See, it's a thing with the three of us. I love that one. That one might still love me. I kind of like him, but I love that one.
I didn't know it was about love. I was going to suggest, never mind. Love is confusing. I don't envy you.
Anytime I even flirt with somebody for information, that one gets mad. That one doesn't care.
You know, relationships can be strange. I mean, there were 5 of us, and we were all but married to Hilda. Aside from specific vows in a church, because neither of us were particularly religious. There were 5 of us and her, and it worked. Sometimes things can be strange, but they work.
I agree, but I think the jealousy and emotion at play here really makes things messy.
Yeah, we were all the same person, so it sort of changed things a little bit.
God, it sounds ideal almost.
It was nice.
Indira would like pat her leg and be like, well, I guess I'm gonna get some rest.
Blue balls
Swoosh.
all around tonight.
No-
Vale like has gone off and he's like set down his wine glass and he's like earnestly reading this. I thought it's and it,
When my invisibility runs out, I'll be like, why did you ask?
I think Vale would probably reflexively hit you. Or like throw the wine on you like, oh!
Yes, I appear right next to him.
Yeah.
Oh my
Cover up his boner.
The
Book
goblet
on
falls
that.
and lands on his boat.
We run
Oh
a very serious game.
yeah.
There's bells.
Gilliwin, what? How long have you been there?
About 57 minutes.
He like crosses his legs and he's like, oh my god. Why were you just watching me?
Bored. Serena's in a tank and them two are flirting.
They're flirting?
Yeah.
Why didn't you stop them?
I don't, because you're reading a book about.
What if Tanuma, gets her Numa away?
That is illegal. That's what that is. That is illegal.
I'm sorry. Oh, I can't resist.
Monstro squirts all over again.
You've been waiting for like a whole half season to make that.
Gilwyn is dead. Or maybe Dean is dead, I'm not sure.
I am sorry, but I could not
No!
resist that. I failed the Constitution test. Ah.
Okay, maybe they went flirting. But they seem to have some sort of connection.
Well, Danuma thinks I'm charming, so maybe she'll tell Indira that.
They both think you're charming. Indira already thinks you're charming.
Right, yeah, but like, if she hears it from someone else, won't it make her like jealous? He like taps a page on the book.
Depends on the person. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Well,
I'd like to point out that my experience doesn't reach very far either. Most of what I know is from stories as well.
but why?
I've never been with anybody.
You've never been with anyone.
Mm-mm.
Why did we spend all that time role playing so that I would be more confident with ladies? If you don't know what you are doing either.
Because you fake it. You thought I was more knowledgeable than you.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I suppose it worked, but like,
You learned. You got better.
yeah, I did.
learned. I got better. I can now make a Sun Elf semi-erect.
I am not comfortable discussing that with you.
Look,
Actually,
you're much better than you were.
yeah, I am okay. It just seems a little, I didn't think. I kind of thought like, I looked up to you in that sort of sense.
Look up to the fact that I just faked it. Just pretend you know what you're doing and pretend you know what you're talking about. It falls into place, I promise. But only pretend until you are alone and intimate with that person, and then explain to them, so they don't have preconceived notions of how well you'll perform.
I'm fairly certain that Indira has very few misconceptions about my previous.
Oh yeah, with Indira, I'm sure she knows how pathetic you are.
I'm not sure I would go that far. I am a classically trained sun elf,
Classically trained.
Yeah, in a temple.
Classically trained.
Where were you? How were you trained?
Well, it depends how you mean trained.
I mean, I'm like physically, I am a specimen.
Oh, yeah, I didn't train. I haven't trained.
Yeah,
I'm a pathetic worm.
Right, yeah, but actually you got a lot better with the whole sword thing. Like, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, I've been practicing.
You'd still need to practice a bit more.
Yeah, I understand that. But
Do you
I
want
appreciate
to practice a bit now? A little bit of. Luckily, the bonus got that little bit of.
You shouldn't be dual wielding.
Bit of practice, you need it.
If we practice, I want you to promise me that you'll keep trying with Indira.
Yeah, what do you think I'm doing?
Failing.
What?
I'm kidding. You're doing fine.
Yeah, I am, right?
Yeah, you are.
Oh my god, I'm failing, Gilwyn.
No,
aren't
no.
I?
No, that was a joke.
Tanuma is having.
Humor.
Oh my god.
Comic relief.
At that time, they're putting something away, like putting dinner away in their room, and like it just clatters and makes a bunch of noise, just distant through the halls.
See, we need to intervene.
Why?
They're doing something.
No, something dropped.
No, they are the princesses, and I am the knight.
Okay. Seriously, go.
Right, what should I do?
Stride in gallantly.
But what if they're and I see?
Then you see. Look, do you want to do this or not?
Yeah, okay, fine. Let's. Can
I'm
you
not
come with?
going.
please.
Okay, I cast Invisibility.
Yes.
You persuaded me. Let's go.
That's
right.
these two entire dynamic in like one moment.
You're right behind me, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, Vale like strides through, bursts the door open, and both Indira and Tanuma are like in separate little corners reading.
He's like
very calmly.
He like bursts in and he's
imagine.
like, stop!
Indira was sleeping, and she's
Tanuma just like looks from her book.
Told you.
I was just practicing a stage entrance with Gil. He's here, by the way.
I feel.
I do not make myself known.
Maybe it's time for bed, though. I guess.
Indira rolls over.
Please
Back to sleep.
bathe yourself before resting in here. I can smell the manliness.
Oh. Okay, sure. He just turns on his heel and just walks off. He doesn't know. He definitely bumps into Gil though.
Yeah, absolutely. Bomb.
Like, straight on the heel, just.
Ow.
We can swoosh forward to tomorrow.
To the hunt.
To the hunt. Yes. Only like 40 minutes later. Tomorrow you go off, Indira and Vale, back to the mushroom elves, the elves of the land of the Underdark. And Alec is grinning ear to ear. Alec is a very handsome usurper elf. As you might imagine from coming from this community, he's basically topless, right? But wears some furs and things around the neck. And he's just grinning, beaming when you come into the chamber, or you come into the little camp, and points to you and says, I have a hunt for us. Just the three of us, I think, will do.
Just the three?
Yeah.
It will be safe for you, no?
It'll be safe. Well, it won't be safe, not without danger.
What
We'll
I
be
mean
fine.
is I wouldn't like you to die on our account.
I'm
Particularly
not going to die for you, Tay.
Good. I just, like a horrible poison shriveled,
This is there is going to be next to no danger.
Great. We like milking some frogs?
You can't milk frogs, Tay.
How do you get the... Do you like...
If anyone has sold you frog milk before, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't frog milk.
Right, yeah, I get that.
Now, bat milk, on the other hand, is quite nutritious, and he starts, leading you off into the forest. And he seems to know exactly where he's going, and briefly mentions that, this is off a tip of something that they heard a bit of time ago. The part of the fungal forest you're going into is incredibly dense as all the other parts are, of these alien glowing plants, some that grow many, many stories high. Sometimes you need to climb, sometimes you need to go through strange vine-like plants on the ground. And because it is the wet season, it is humid and warm. And now you're starting to notice that, around the puddles of rainwater, there is this kind of like heavy metal smell that's like, oh yeah, no, I wouldn't want to drink this. This is kind of unpleasant. It even has a bit of a sheen to it. He leads you through this area where it's starting to get increasingly foggy. The fog has this acrid taste to it. It kind of clings to the back of the throat and is incredibly unpleasant. and he will motion up to the top of one of these giant fungal trees that grow out and out and out. It kind of grows to almost like a bulbous pod on the top. There's more of these other pods, but one is just exactly at the top of this thing. And he motions to it and says, "We're going to want to go up into there." The creature hollowed out the inside and laid its eggs. Its eggs are going to be full of poisonous arcana that we can trap. And he shows you something that basically looks like a coconut with a couple of like stoppers and bangles and things around it.
Beautiful.
And then you will have a potent poison.
Great. What is it? What is the creature?
Just a kind of dragon.
Oh,
Don't
we
worry.
we should get the eggs and leave before it returns then.
Yes. This shouldn't take too long, provided you're good climbers.
Oh yeah, I'm the best.
He
I manage.
looks to Indira like, is he the best?
He's very good.
He nods.
Better than
and
me. And I'm very capable.
he shrugs at that and will start climbing up. Acrobatics or athletics, folks? And can you both give me perception checks as well? Good. Golden. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You notice, as you're climbing up, that the acrid fog seems to be emanating from this plant, or maybe where you're going. It's quite difficult to climb your way through. You have to kind of like hold your breath, which actually for Indira is very easy. Something else you notice, Indira, is that, you know, the bark of this fungal wood tree, in some places, has big, deep scratch marks in it from a large dragon's claw, seemingly. You go all the way up to the top, where you can see, you know, an area of this has been opened up and hollowed out to quite a size. The whole place is probably a, 20-foot diameter room in kind of a sphere. And when you climb in, which of course this climb actually isn't very hard for you guys, you see in the middle a nest of fungal forest parts and things, some bones, and a series of kind of sort of creamy white and green speckled eggs. And the eggs are very large. The eggs are, 3 feet big, 3 feet high.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very large. And Ellie kind of like wipes his brow and says, "Now, we take these, crack them open. The type of dragon this is, they are born of poison. The eggs are filled with a poisonous gas that is almost untempered, raw. It could be very potent if applied and affected correctly."
Great. Just like her after a curry.
Nero
Huh.
makes the face exactly.
Yeah.
Phil like doesn't grin. He's like,
He just kind of like motions towards the nest. It's kind of for Indira to carry them.
Yep. Indira grabs one in each hand.
You do that, and you see in the center is not an egg, but an actual baby green-scaled dragon. By baby, this thing is still the size of a Lars dog, and is kind of
I always
seemingly
wanted a dragon.
curled up and flips onto its side. The tough armored plates you've seen on other dragons are just kind of soft and almost a little gooey. And this fog and green mist emanates from it, and it is gonna spray you two with poison. Can you both give me dexterity saves, please?
Oh no, a skunk
And
dragon.
I'd like to try animal handling as well.
Okay, you can do that afterwards.
Yeah.
Roll one after the other.
Oh dear.
I clicked it. It's not going.
It did it.
Okay.
You actually both managed to get out of the way because you see the dragon like and
we've seen this before. No.
and spew out a green, like the green mist on it, but it's like focused and it billows like smoke. And it is going to deal. It would have dealt 30 poison damage to both of you, but that's half.
Is
And
this
with that,
an evasion?
yeah. So you're actually completely able to dodge out of the way. It looks like shit. One of them hatched and like draws a bone blade and rushes over, but it is like trying to calm it down, and it's just it's like coughing and clearly about to like screech incredibly loudly. Do you want to give me another roll? Another animal handling? Try and calm it down, or do something else? Kind of up to you.
Squash it with hammer.
Fuck.
This little beastie lets out a terrifyingly loud noise. Kind of the noise even makes you shake a little bit from the way it kind of reverberates out from the creature. Elliott's like, grab the eggs and run!
Yep. And your cheeses it, man.
Acrobatics or athletics, please. You are very high up.
Don't worry, Vale's gonna save you.
If you want to try and save, dexterity
do it.
save with disadvantage.
Save.
Yeah, to try and save her from falling.
Okay, with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hero.
You know what, Neil? Can you please describe how Vale goes down and saves in here?
So this is like a big pod with eggs in it.
Yeah.
There's like vines and whatnot.
Vines and yeah, exactly. It's Subnautica it up, right?
Like we're like climbing out the pod, and Indira like starts going, and then she slips because it's the wet season. These vines are wet.
Yeah.
And she's going, and Vale wraps his leg around one of the vines and then kicks, and the vine like a I can't think of the term, but the motion travels down it and flicks up and catches Indira around the waist.
Oh!
And then she swings down with this.
Okay. Yeah.
This vine wrapped around the waist.
Indira swoons at that a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, she doesn't really have a choice because of the inertial.
She swoons at you. Like, you see, if you make eye contact with her, you will see that she looks impressed and a little extra womanly.
Yeah, I do also like the idea in chat that this kind of happened in the book, and you just emulated it.
Yes!
That's a very funny idea. You two, like, you get down, you're having this little bit of a look, and it's like, you can make goo-goo eyes at each other later! As you hear a mother roar in the long distance.
No, not again.
And he's just running. Cheesing it was the best description. Eggs in arms.
Eggs in each arm.
It's like that monster hunter run. It's like,
Yeah.
you got the egg in your arms, and you're like,
But eventually you do rush back to the camp, not chased by a dragon. And you can make something out of these eggs, but we're going to take a little break before then. Be back in a couple of minutes.
we're all aboard the break train.